Alice, you with me? Hey, welcome everybody. We are in, actually I don't even know which district game here, but a Wayzata Gold versus Minneapolis Black on a Saturday afternoon here. I have my broadcast partner, Alice, back with me. She's wrapping up a quick game of Uno. Alice, you want to say hi to everybody out there?
Hi.
They won today.
No.
Did they win? Yes. Good play. Now see who's next. No.
It is.
But if she did say at the end, she was leaving.
Alice. All right, here we go. Action started. We've got, oh my gosh! Before we could even get lineup set, we had the forward crew of Kramer, Brown, and LaRose in. Kramer wins the face-off, pushes it down the left edge, and scores.
That's a
at the
7-second goal.
7-second mark of the first.
I think Wayzata is 13.
I think that is unassisted. Wayzata goes up one early. Second face-off here as we are just getting started. Comes to Minneapolis, and they win, but out comes Wayzata getting it going. All right, well, take a deep breath, folks. That was a wild start. Actually, don't think they actually got the clock started again because it still says we're 7 seconds in. We're a little more than that. There's been 2 face-offs and a line change. That first pairing was Kramer, Brown, and LaRose. I didn't even catch who was in on D that first time. But now we've got a line change here. We're up 1. Kanan is your center. Homstall and Hasselfeld are your other forwards. Nicollet and Jeffers are back. And Mr. Buell in net. Turnover. Hasselfeld comes up short side, flips one up off the pipe. Nothing doing. Nicollet then fires one in from the left wing here, just inside blue line, and a glove save from Minneapolis. Catch your breath, folks. It's a quick and early one. All right, Minneapolis wins this one. I'm without Mr. Jeffers here. Sorry, I will not be as good coordinating stats. On the backside has Kurth on the doorstep. Homstall drug that one through. Got around the backside of the net, had Kurth on the crease, and a quick little slapper in and a nice save by Minneapolis to shut that down. Now trying to regroup here as Minneapolis skates away with it. No numbers, but pushes it in and gets it to the goalie. Buell breaks it up, and here comes Mead. All right, so now we've got Mead, Gilbert, and Kurth in. Prentice and Clavin back on D. Minneapolis working their way across. Ooh, had a nice little scoring opportunity there. Couldn't get it. Kurth pushing through. Getting a change now as Clavin tries to backhand one up. Doesn't get all of it and works their way up around the backside. Trying near side here. Has Gilbert. Nothing doing. Clavin breaks that up. Now Brown on the far side. Tries to work his way through, does chip that just out, but gets out of the reach of Gilbert again. Now Brown's going to take it himself. Carries it through, center ice, working his way up the far right side. Gets around his guy, skates it in. Maybe a hook there goes uncalled as he drags it into the far corner. LaRose comes in, flips one in, and that goes off the goalie. I'm going to miss that as well. Let's see. Missed shot. LaRose There's a fire. That flies wide right. Nicollet with another one. Rose gets pinned up on the blue line. Brown regroups, works his way across. Tough pass in there, looking for Jeffers. Minneapolis on it. Good hustle and pressure there by Minneapolis as they stymie things on the far side. LaRose then chips this one forward. Cole Kramer finds it up the near side, gets his way through. Brown on the way through and scores!
That was a nice goal.
Griffin Brown from Cole Kramer. 2 goals in at the 3:26 mark of the first. 2 points early here in the second with an assist and a goal for Kramer. Brown finds the back of the net here in the early part of the first. Kanan with a face-off win there. And as I'm looking down, I believe there was icing, and we're coming back. Kanan back on the draw. He wins it. And Prentice working his way up. Finds it to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld trying to regroup. Couple of defenders on it. Prentice to Clavin. That bops hard off the boards there. Boys regroup at center ice. Clavin with good pressure out. Creates just enough turmoil. The Homstall finds it on his stick as he works his way around. Centering pass. Scoots by Hasselfeld. Ends up out to Prentice. Prentice fires one on net. And we've got another face-off. All right, skating free now is Mead. Works his way up around the far side. Has Gilbert streaking. Korth on it with the backhand.
And a stop shot.
All right, Nicolay regroups. Finds Ari. He overruns that one, and Minneapolis has his way back on it. Good deflection there. Oops. I think I accidentally gave Kurth a save there. That was an Oliver save. I think I regrouped and figured it out. Minneapolis with one of their better sustained possessions here. As Oliver gets another save. And here come the Trojans. Brown, LaRose, and Kramer are your forwards. Clavin and Prentice in at D. Out in front of Oliver Buell. That one gets deflected up at the boards towards us. Clavin to LaRose. Kramer tries to help. Prentice tries to skate free with it. Gets tied up. Ends up in zone as Minneapolis regroups, try to work their way through. Trojans back on D. Kramer pressures on the near side. Backhander goes wide left. Brown going to try this side. Finds LaRose. LaRose chips one forward. Minneapolis intercepts. Clavin now chips one out. That gets stymied by Minneapolis, but Kramer skates it free, and he's got it on his stick with a little bit of room. working his far side, rips one high and up and over the top. LaRose breaks on the rebound, nothing there. Missed shot as that goes up and over the top. .755 and kind of a fast and furious couple of goals here. Now Minneapolis drags it in. That gets deflected. Good play there as Jeffers.
Why?
Jeffers all over that one. Deflected puck up and over the top.
Maybe if you're lucky and do it again.
All right.
Oh, top.
Kane and Hasselfeld and Homstall are your forwards. Jeffers and Nicollet back on D. Working this way up near side to Homstall. He gets bodied out the puck. Minneapolis flips one in and a save for Buell. Jeffers regroups on the far side, dangles his way through some traffic. Nicely cross ice pass to Homstall. Just out of reach as Homstall gets bumped into the boards as Minneapolis now tries to regroup. Good little breakout opportunity here as they carry it in with pace and a save for Buell. Minneapolis has some fresh skaters. Wayzata is going to hang with this rotation. Minneapolis controls it off the draw, but Minneapolis turns it back around. Tied up here on the near side, right beneath us. Homstall battling. Hasselfeld in there. Kanan gets involved out in front. Hasselfeld skates free with it. Jeffers trying to dangle his way through some traffic. Does. Gets it to Kanan. Homstall through. Gets deflected over. Oh, that one could have played that one off. Goalie does a nice job of scooting that one off to the side. And Minneapolis pokes one free. Jeffers first to it, however, looking to work his way up. Scoots it back. Has Hasselfeld breaking in. Homstall, nice pass near side. Homstall up the far near side. Flips one back behind the net. As Minneapolis looking for a breakout of their own. Clavin on it, however, but Minneapolis drags it through. Ends up back behind the goal. Prentice looking for Kurth. Can't quite carry it through as Minneapolis holds the zone. Dumps one back behind the net for Clavin. Clavin on the near side. Chips one forward looking for Gilbert. That gets rerouted back as Prentice is going to try the other side. Has Kurth nicely up to Meade. However, Meade can't quite poke that through a couple of Minneapolis defenders. Minneapolis turns it around. Stays onside. Minneapolis working its way across the top. I think that got deflected off of Buell. Fresh skaters in here for the Trojans, at least forwards. Kramer, Brown, and LaRose in. Prentice and Clavin back. LaRose picks one off on the near side. Has a little room up the left side. Skating his way across. Backhander. Can't quite get it off. Works his way back to Kramer. Nothing there as Clavin holds the zone. Minneapolis though regroups and does find neutral ice. Only gets to about center ice as Clavin breaks it up. Brown chips it free. Back to Minneapolis, however, through center ice. And Prentice works his way back. Prentice on the near side. To LaRose. Back to Kramer. Looking for Brown on the far side. Kramer wheels, dangles to LaRose. Beautiful little give and go play as Kramer gets assist number 2 and LaRose hits pay dirt for the Trojans. Goal number 3 for Wayzata.
With 4 minutes and 39 seconds left.
Oh, and a bad turnover deep in zone.
And a goal by Minneapolis.
Minneapolis finds their first goal of the game. Oops.
With just seconds after Wayzata scored
3-1
again.
now as Minneapolis finds the back of the net. Nice little give and go there as they find an open skater, wide open net. And Trojans back to a 2-goal lead with 4:27 left in the first. Kanan on the face-off. Shot to Minneapolis, high off the boards. Amstal goes down. Nothing there on the trip. Hasselfeld works that through. Clavin deep, looking for a little help. Prentice breaks on it, flips one hard over to Kramer. Or Kanan, excuse me. Nothing doing there as off the edge of the stick of Kanan. Now Minneapolis working their way through as Kanan comes back through.
And offsides by Minneapolis.
Offsides, yep. All right, Meade, Gilbert, and Kurth in, Jeffers and Nicollet back on D. Meade trying to will his way through there. Finds a lot of traffic. Minneapolis, however, dumps that back. Deflects hard off the back board. Kurth trying to get a piece of it. Ends up back in Minneapolis into neutral ice. That gets flipped through. Nicollet works his way out. Minneapolis dangles its way past. Jeffers gets just enough of that. As Minneapolis tries to regroup out at the blue line. Dumps it in back behind the net. Nicollet there to battle in the corner. Looking for Gilbert. Minneapolis then regroups. And a glove save. For Mr. Buell. 2:50 left in kind of an action-packed first period. 2-goal lead for the Trojans. What do you think, Alice?
They're doing pretty good, but they're kind of letting it get into the zone a little bit.
Kramer wins that draw, finds his way across the crease, carries it all the way in, looking for a breaking LaRose. Can't quite get his stick on it, flips it back out to Clavin. Clavin tries to dump that back in. Centering pass, can't quite get through to Kramer, and then slapped in by Prentice. Kramer now regroups, carries it out. Prentice slaps another one in. That off the Minneapolis defender.
I mean, they are getting a lot of good, going up there and kind of just passing to get a rebound. They're doing really good at that.
They're doing pretty good. All right, Prentice regrouping in the D zone. Finds Clavin. Hard cross ice pass. Looking for Hasselfeld. And Minneapolis ends up offsides. Kane and Hasselfeld and Hamstall are your forwards. Jeffers and Nicollet back. That gets won by Kanan, played by Nicollet, but Minneapolis is holding tight in the zone here. Minneapolis finds an open skater, crosses the blue line, slaps in, blocked nicely by Jeffers. And here comes Hasselfeld, finds Hamstall. Hamstall with speed up the near side, working his way around. Wraps, looking for some help. Nothing there. Minneapolis shuts that down nicely. And now has a break out of their own, working their way through neutral ice and into zone. Shut down by Nicollet. Keenan with some good pressure. Hasselfeld picks it up, works its way into zone to Hamstall. Back to Hasselfeld. Lister comes in and a save. Max with a nice wrister from the slot. Nothing doing. 2-goal lead for the Trojans.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that banana pudding.
Mead, Kurth, and Gilbert in. Jeffers and Nicollet remain. That is a win by Mead. A bunch of traffic in and a gracious whistle. That was still free on the crease. So we're going to get a face-off win there.
With
for
less
Mead.
than a minute in the period left.
Got 55 seconds, huh? Another win for Mead. And the boys are trying to hold the zone here. Kurth gets Jeffers in a bit of a jam. Jeffers turns that around temporarily, but Minneapolis carries that in. And a save for Buell. Mead now carries. Centering pass. As Nicollet comes in with a little bit of a slapper, that misses wide right. Good battle in the corner there. But Minneapolis comes free with it as Mead was in there.
5 seconds left.
Tied up on the edge, and that will be the end of the first. An exciting, action-packed opening frame. I mean, 4 goals isn't outlandish, but it felt pretty busy. Goals, I believe, from Kramer, Brown, and LaRose. I think Kramer involved in all the scoring opportunities, I believe, with both assists. A lot of face-off wins for Kanan and Mead. And Buell giving just 1 up on 11 shots. Kramer, Brown, and LaRose will start this at the forwards. Clavin and Prentice back on D. If we haven't mentioned this before, we've got 2 goalies. They are picking up work on a game rather than splitting the games and coming in midway through the second or something like that. Kramer wills himself through. High wrister goes up and over the top. Had Brown trailing. LaRose chips one in. I'm not sure any of those were on net, so we'll hold off on that as Prentice breaks one in. Now Brown on the near side. That gets dumped into the corner. He's going to carry this in, looking for a little action himself. Oh, backhander, nothing doing. Minneapolis steps in the way. Now LaRose there to pressure. Brown on it again. Flips one in, looking for Kramer, nothing there. Fresh set of forwards, or at least wingers coming in as Kramer's tied up in the near side here. Clavin looking for... Ooh, gets just onside as Clavin breaks on that. And Homstall, I believe, on the far side, got just back onside. And the first power play opportunity here coming shortly for Minneapolis. All right, 13:35 remains here in the second. Clavin is going to go in to the box, I assume, for 2. Cross check for Clavin. 13:35 and 2 minutes of power play time here for Minneapolis. I'm going to go with a face-off win there for Jack. Minneapolis, however, regroups deep in the zone. Again, has the man advantage here as they work their way back. Looking for a player off the wing. And a nice little backhander. We've left the backside net unchecked twice now.
A rebounded goal by Minneapolis.
And that'll wipe the power play off graciously.
Now it's 3-2. Wayzata.
Clinging to the 1-goal lead here. In a line change here is Meade, Gilbert, and Kurth are in. Jeffers and Nicollet will be back on D. Face-off win, however, for Meade as Nicollet playing it in the far side along with Gilbert. Minneapolis breaks free with it, though. Has a little space on the far side. Gilbert trying to find a way out. Tries to chip one out. Minneapolis controls. And here comes Meade. Ooh, puck up along the top. Looking for Gilbert on the far side. Nothing doing as Minneapolis wins the race to the puck. However, has to regroup in their own zone. Kurth looking for a little bit of body there. But Minneapolis skates free with it. Buell with a save there as he scooted that one free. Meade trying to find his way out. We're going to have another tripping here, I believe. Just as we got out of it, I think we're going to end up right back in. Because I believe we're going to have Meade on a trip, or maybe they call it cross-check. All right, got to kill another one with just one goal lead. What do you think here? Got to stay out of the penalty box, right?
Mm-hmm. Because they're kind of like a little... they're just kind of getting a little...
I couldn't really see it, but I saw somebody go down. All right, Kramer wins that draw. All the way into zones. LaRose strides out, chasing them down. Minneapolis turns it around, albeit temporarily. Prentice on the near side. Tries to chip one forward to Kramer. Kramer breaks on it. Nice little scoop up, chipped forward is LaRose. Good little time kill there as Brown breaks to hold this one up. Kramer working away, get his hands free, trying to power his way through. Gets pushed off just temporarily. Brown there to help. Kramer there to hold it again. Skates around back behind his own net. Finds his way over to Prentice. Prentice with a bit of a screen and a save. I just realized all my stats are off because I see there are a lot of Drews, and I'm giving all of the work to the same Drew because there's a Drew Prentice and a Drew Meade. My bad. So these stats are going to be a little wonky. Our normal stat guy again, Matt Jeffers, with his other son today, so we don't have our stat guy. We've got a much better camera person today than normal, but a much worse stat person. All right, Trojans regroup. Icing call here. 41 seconds left to kill on this power play. 10:55 left in the second, just shy of the midway point of this particular game. Kanan will take the offensive draw here. He's got Brown in there with him. Nicollet and Jeffers are your defenders. Bunch of skaters on the ice. Not really sure what was exactly going on, but finally Brown working his way through. Not sure where he was going with that one. Minneapolis turns this around. 13 seconds remain here in the power play. High wrister and a save for Buell. Six seconds left in the penalty. 10:20 left in the second. Kanan in for the draw. He's got Homstall with him. That does leave the zone, so that'll kill a little extra time for us. As Minneapolis chops one in, and it's just a bit early as it ends up offsides. And that is the full penalty kill. We got 10 minutes and 11 seconds left here, and even strength for the time being. Face-off win for Canaan. Finds its way to Hasselfeld. Comstall was good pressure there, creates a turnover. Canaan gets it, dangles his way up the far side, ends up with Hasselfeld, but Minneapolis turns him over, and here we come back the other direction. 3-on-2 opportunity there, stymied nicely by Prentice. Prentice finds Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld to Canaan. Canaan working his way through, tries to dangle it in. The poke check works temporarily as Hasselfeld works his way back to Prentice. Over. That's going to end up on net. I don't even know who that would have started from, but Clavin maybe? We'll give a shot to Clavin there. All right. All right, flip up off the board. Good hustle here as Meade, one-man forechecking crew there, creates just enough pressure to slow things down. Everybody gets an even change, but Minneapolis comes in again with another scoring opportunity and another save. Save, 2 back-to-back saves for Buell. Wayzata carries it back in. Jeffers from the defensive position carries it all the way in. Meade now working his way around to Nicollet. Nothing doing there as that goes wide right. All right, first power play opportunity here for the Trojans as Minneapolis is going in, I believe, with an elbow. I'm not sure what we got here.
Number 15,
I
I
still
saw.
had them us on the power play. That was not true. We are now on the power play. 7:57 left. LaRose, Brown. LaRose wins that draw. Brown dangles back behind, looking for a way out, looking for a little bit of crease space. Possessing around, hard shot, nothing, or hard centering pass there, nobody home for it. That gets flipped down. And that would not quite ice as that fluttering puck stopped just shy of the line. Now here comes Jeffers, has LaRose on the far side, working his way up the edge, around. Find his way up to Nicollet. Nicollet rips one over. Brown with a bit of a high stick there, but that gets waved off. Back over. Kramer rips one hard. That goes wide left. Nicollet breaks on it. That gets flipped in. LaRose trying to get a piece of it. Finds his way up. Looking for Kramer to LaRose with a one-timer. And LaRose with a shot on goal. .52 seconds left in this power play. Canaan on the draw, but Minneapolis controls. They dump it back. Buell settles back behind the net. Clavin carries that in, rips one up off the net. Clavin with a shot. Covered. Kanan wins the face-off here, working away across the D. Clavin tries one. That ends up on the skates of a Minneapolis defender, and Minneapolis ices. 6:14 left here. 18 seconds remain in this power play. Minneapolis controls initially out that face-up, but Minneapolis never gets it. Kanan for Prentice. They come up to the
I
D and
didn't
back in.
exactly see. I just saw my brother, Jack Kanan, just like shoot it. That's
I'm
close
going
to kind of a
Prentice to
corner.
Kanan for the fourth goal. We're going unassisted on our game updates, but we'll see. Whatever. We got the goal right.
Mm-hmm.
You know that guy that scored?
You know, his friend girl is here.
Oh, really?
I kind of forgot to
Tell me
find
more.
her. Her name is Elise.
Oh my gosh. Do you see it? Is she here? Can we get an interview?
I don't know where she is. I didn't really look for her
Oh,
now.
right.
But I just kind of really want to think about her. I just hear the cheering.
Okay, point blank there. Kanan dangles one in, has Hasselfeld, and that just goes wide left. Good pressure here from this trio right now as Nicollet up against the boards, able to kick that one back in. Minneapolis tries to hit one high and flipped in there by Nicollet. Hasselfeld on it, battles in the corner. Mead now there with it. Homstall joins in. Nicollet backhands one near. Minneapolis plays it, however. Jeffers breaks on a puck down the edge. Wayzata's going to get a change here at forward as Kurth now in. Kurth and Mead. Homstall still stuck in there. Mead tries a near side one, flips that one high, and that misses the net.
Mom, where's Elise?
All right, Mead. We had a full change here. Mead, Gilbert, Kurth are your forwards. Nicollet and Jeffers back. Mead pushes that one forward, and I'll give that the win.
With 4:30 left in the game, it's 4-2.
Oh, Mead just a little bit of a hot pass there. Finds its way in. That gets dumped out. We go to center ice here for this offsides. Okay, 4-2 Trojans with 4:22 left in the second. Mead will be on the center ice dot, again with Kurth and Gilbert. Prentice tries to play it. Good pressure by Minneapolis. Able to punch that into zone. Then a puck goes up and over the top. Another scoring opportunity and centering pass there for Minneapolis. They rip that one wide. Clavin tries to kick it free. Prentice now plays it. Kurth overruns it just temporarily. Back to Minneapolis. They regroup on the far side. Kurth with the turnover. Skating it through center ice. Finds a little room up the near side. Dumps it in. Is going to chase it himself along with Mead. Minneapolis wins the race into that particular puck. As Clavin breaks on that, nothing doing, and now Minneapolis played nicely off by Gilbert as they had a 2-on-1, stymied by the heavy back check there of Gilbert, but Minneapolis still controls in their own zone. 3:14 left. And that gets pumped out and offsides. Probably a good one, even though we'll take a defensive zone draw here. Got a fresh set of skaters. So we've got Jeffers and Nicollet who will be out in front of Buell. LaRose and Brown on either side of Kramer at your forwards. 3:09 remain. Kramer wins that face-off. And Wayzata skating it up with LaRose on the far side. Shut down by the defender. Back to Nicollet. Looking for Brown out in front of him just a little bit. He circles, and he and Kramer working a two-man game on the near side. Dumps it back behind the goal. Minneapolis regroups to try to come out. Kramer looking for a little hip check there. Gets just a piece of him. Minneapolis successfully breaking out through neutral ice. They dump that in almost. Almost chipped that one in an own goal there. Buell on it. I guess that's a save. Kramer wins a draw. Nicollet skates free with it. Nicollet rips one high up and over the top. Line change for Minneapolis. Brown, Kramer, and LaRose remain. Jeffers and Nicollet, your defenders. Minneapolis trying to dial up an exit here. Does so at least initially successfully. But Nicollet has a piece of it. LaRose can't play it. Turns it back over to Minneapolis. Jeffers regroups. Brown's on it on the near side. Looking for Kramer. Just behind him as well. Brown able to get a piece of it, dump it in, and Kramer will be chasing a Minneapolis defender trying to find a breakout chance. Nicollet stops that progress. LaRose with it. Brown flips one in. Ooh, off the back of Homstall, but he stops it nevertheless. And Minneapolis comes around with it again and skates it in. Now Nicollet pressuring in the corner. Kramer still in, has a little breakout himself coming through the middle ice. Looking out ahead, has Hasselfeld just out of his reach. Minneapolis defender closes nicely to shut that progress down.
With less than a minute left
three
in the
Minneapolis
period.
skaters there, and they come out with it. Hasselfeld does find his way back out again. Looking to get his hands free. Finds it over to Clavin. Clavin rips one in hard. Ooh, another one goes up and over the top for Clavin. Homstall with a hot one coming in from Kanan. Can't handle it. But Clavin still controls off the far side. Dumps that one in. He's going to chase it himself. Has it over. Kanan looking for a little bit of space. Dumps it back to Prentice. Prentice rips one in. That off the skate of the Minneapolis defender. And a glove trap by the Minneapolis goalie. Good save there. As
8 seconds
who
left.
shot that one? Homstall maybe?
I think it was maybe Cleveland. One. And second.
All right, that's the end of the second. 4-2 Trojans entering the third and final. All right, so you had your first league game today. Played who?
Delano.
Delano. And you are how old now? Remind everybody. Actually,
10.
while we're at it, let's just tell everybody who you are. What's your name?
Alice.
Alice what?
Kanan.
What's your connection to this team?
Jack Kanan is my brother.
Any other connections to the team? Your dad involved?
Yeah, my dad's, I think, the head coach or one of the coaches.
Right. All right, so you had your first district game against Delano today,
Yeah,
and you are 10U, did you say?
yeah, 10U.
10U. And
Second year.
how'd that go?
In the first period, it was 2-0, but then we tied 2-2.
2-2? Awesome. What position do you play?
Right wing.
Yeah? Awesome. All right, well, here we go again. Start of the third. Meade will take this opening face-off of the third with Gilbert and Kurth, Nicollet and Ari Jeffers back in front of Oliver Buell and net. Minneapolis controls this draw.
That's the mama. That's the dad.
And 13 seconds in, we're just going to restart this thing out at center ice. Drew wins it. Meade all the way in. Face-off one for Drew Meade. Goal for Drew Meade, unassisted. 5-2 Trojans. There's some effort there. And Meade will be back on the face-off. He's done a fantastic job facing off all year. I don't know what his win percentage is, but it feels high. And as I say that, I jinx him and he loses one. Nevertheless, great work there as a face-off win creates a goal as he drags it in, puts one on net, and finds a fantastic goal. This one now controlled and pushed by Kurth. Meade breaks on it, but Minneapolis turns it around, works their way through center ice, but turned over to Nicollet here on the near side. He gets bodied up, and Minneapolis breaks on that one.
So Meade got the goal?
Meade got that goal right off the face-off. I think it was unassisted.
So he got a penalty and a goal.
You got a face-off win, too. All right, Jeffers on the far side breaks this one up. Has a little room, dangling his way up. Looks for Kurth. Kurth trying to scoot one through. Can't quite get it, but Meade finds it's onto his stick, working his way around. He dumps one back, but there's a Minneapolis defender on it. Clavin tries to regroup. Minneapolis turns it over as he was trying to hold zone and not go offsides there. Prentice does a fantastic job of breaking and shutting anything down there. Now Minneapolis looking to scoot one out. Here comes Wayzata. Prentice to Clavin. That gets waved off. Minneapolis in the zone. And Minneapolis chips it forward. Centering pass. That gets across. Nothing doing there. Shut down by Clavin. Clavin looking for a piece of it. And that is going to end up iced. With 12:56 left in the third, the Trojans lead by 3. Kramer, LaRose, and Brown in. Jeffers and Nicollet remain on defense. A bunch of back and forth behind the net. Nicollet trying to get one to Brown. Jumps over his stick, but not enough to ice. And here comes a little forecheck pressure from Brown and LaRose. Kramer there, who can't quite get it. Broken up by Jeffers, just out of the reach of LaRose. Nothing doing there. Brown gets it to Kramer. Kramer working his way up the far side. Dangles back. Little stick handling work there, cannot quite clear the Minneapolis skaters, and Kramer now back behind his own net. Has the puck on his hands again. Flipped out nicely there by Jeffers as that was dangling out. Nothing doing there. Clavin with a little bit of space and speed through center ice gets taken off his skates Not enough pressure there for any infraction, however, as Minneapolis regroups around the backside. All right. Homstall and Hasselfeld play it out the blue line. Clavin patiently waits for his teammates to get on sides, dumps it in temporarily, and now Clavin gets it in. Clavin's going to jump back in. That gets waved off as Minneapolis works his way through. Centering pass. Another backside opportunity for Minneapolis. Just didn't have his stick centered correctly there. And offsides here on Minneapolis. And a line change for the Trojans. 10:21 left. 3-goal lead here for the Trojans, and a fresh set of skaters with Meade, Gilbert, and Kerf in. Nicollet, along with Jeffers, back on D. Here comes Gilbert with speed, up the near side. Centering pass, tries to get a backhand skate on it. Free puck out front. Another shot on, several missed shots, shots on goal there, and I'm not even sure who got them. But nice work by the Minneapolis goalie to shut that down. Wayzata regroups. Gilbert on it. He gets taken into the boards. And Minneapolis controls the puck temporarily as Meade has it on the far side. Kerf working his way around the edge. Meade always on the puck, turns that one around again. Kerf with some forecheck pressure. There, turnover to Kerf. Little flipper high side up off the top. Shot on goal for Kerf. Good forecheck pressure here by this trio. We did get one change, so now LaRose, Meade, and Kerf are in. Assume we'll get the rest of a fresh change here momentarily as Minneapolis chases in. Centering pass back up. Brown breaks on a puck, looking for a little pressure. Heavy pressure there, nothing doing. Meade smartly doesn't play that puck as he was getting a change with his center mate in Kramer, and now Kramer skates free with it. Kramer to LaRose. LaRose rips one high up and over the top. Brown there to play it, chips it back to Kramer. Kramer on the far side, wheels around, looking for Brown. Brown rips one in and scores! Another goal from Brown from Kramer, and the Trojans take a 4-goal lead with 8:14 left.
Maybe Brown could get a hat trick this game.
All right. At 7:46 here in the third, we've got a goal for Brown from Kramer, and that trio remains as Minneapolis controls the puck. And there is Kramer creating a turnover. LaRose gets it across mid-ice, dumps it in. Brown charging hard, chasing in, looking for LaRose. Nothing there. Pressure from Kramer as Minneapolis tries to work that one out, and they can't quite get there. Minneapolis breaks on it nicely, flips one in, and that goes back behind the net. And now Kramer with a little bit of space. Hard ripping shot comes across, nothing doing. Save there as Clavin breaks that progress up, dumps that back in, and the boys chase. Offsides for Minneapolis. Opportunity to get the full line change in here for the Trojans. 6-2 Trojans. 7:08 remaining. What do you think, Alice?
Okay.
All right, Kanan wins that draw. They're just getting a little wonky on you. I think it just got tipped up a little bit. There you go. All right, Minneapolis. Working out of their D zone. Has it to center ice temporarily as Jeffers plays it. He chips it forward, looking for Kanan. Kanan with some forecheck pressure. Working hard in the edge. Oh, Kurth with a nice little break on it. Can't get all of it. Minneapolis carries it forward, and Kurth gets it back to his stick, and Homstall working up the far side. Little bit of a push there on Minneapolis, trying to get him off, centering pass to Kurth. Could not quite play it, and now Minneapolis dumps that in, and that will be iced. 6 minutes left, 4-goal lead here for the Trojans in period 3. Mead, Gilbert, and Kurth at forward. Nicollet and Jeffers back on D. Nicollet flips one in on goal and save for Minneapolis. Face-off win there for Mead. Nicollet whips one in on goal again. Another turnover there caused by Nicollet. Nicollet skates that in, gets another shot on goal. Fresh defenders coming for the Trojans. We'll hang with this group of forwards in Mead, Kurth, and Gilbert. Prentice and Clavin back on D. A win there to Mead again. However, Minneapolis regroups, albeit temporarily, as Prentice dumps one in. Looking for a breaking Mead, nothing doing. Little body there by Kurth, but Minneapolis carries that through. And Gilbert on it. Prentice to Clavin to Kurth. Backhanded in there by Prentice. That skips by. All right, LaRose carries in the near side, working his way through. Can't quite get all of it, but almost worked its way through and then get a little shot on at point blank, but nothing doing there. Prentice hustles back. The hard-charging Minneapolis forward, battling in on the puck, and Kramer there to help as well. And here comes LaRose. LaRose to Brown. Brown carries up the far side. He gets bodied out the puck and turned over to Minneapolis there. Minneapolis now through center ice. Kramer looking his way back, and Brown back checking there for a little bit of pressure of his own. And here comes Kramer on the far side, dangling his way through. Breaking defender there, shuts that down, skates through his stick nicely, but Kramer back to it. Jeffers chips one in, however, has LaRose in on the corner. Brown there to play it. Brown turns, deals, looking for somebody on the near side. Nobody home. But Nicollet there first, along with a couple of Minneapolis defenders. Minneapolis going into the penalty box here with 3:17 left. So they're going to serve much of the remaining part of this game in the penalty box unless there's a quick goal. Oh, and I haven't clicked the power play off since the last power play. So we're back on it. We have not been on it for the last 15 minutes. Nicollet rips one in and gets one in. Finds the far pipe and
with
Any idea on the assist there?
5.
Is it Nichols? That D to D? I think we're going to go D to D, so we'll go Jeffers to Nicollet with the goal.
With like 5 seconds into the penalty.
And that was a quick power play.
7-2 with the lead.
And the Trojans charging
5
at it again.
minutes.
Hasselfeld puts one on net. And we are off power play. That wiped that power play off. And a 7-2 lead here into the final couple of minutes here for the Trojans. Hasselfeld backing his way in on the far side. Doing a nice job of possessing the puck here. Finds Nicollet again, and that just skipped over the blue line and offsides. So we'll stop the clock here and reset. Defenders coming in. Prentice and Clavin. The Kane and Hasselfeld Homstel trio will remain. Prentice rips one on net. Turned over, and here comes Kanan. Nice pass across. He's a streaking Kurth. Kurth working his way up the far side. He tries to dump that one in. That stays just did cross over the line there. 124 left and an offsides on the Trojans. What are your thoughts on the game, Alice? Pretty good one?
Just getting it up a lot, the passing, like making a really good behind the back.
Good individual effort here by Jeffers as he's had the puck much of this last 10 or 12 seconds. He gets deflected. Kurth had a shot at that, breaking from the far right side. Mead now in on some pressure on the far side.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds out. That gets dumped in. Minneapolis one last chance to flip one out. And that is your game.
7-2 with the Wayzata. They almost got a hat trick.